Guys, welcome back to another episode of Mad About You.
Welcome back to another episode of Mad
Wherever
About
you are, whatever you're up to, thanks for hanging out with us. Guys, this week was inspired, the episode was inspired by a chat I had with a friend recently about dating apps and essentially the burnout he was feeling after having used the apps for literally years with little long-term success. So,
Fair enough.
when we were having the chat, I literally felt like the tiredness in his voice and how just sort of fed up he was with it all. And so I thought, an interesting chat to have. And I'm sure if he's going through it, then many, other people will be doing the same. So we'll get into all that. And then Ask Mum and Dad at the end of the episode comes from a girl needing a little help with someone who won't take a hint. So it's, it was... I feel like an easy one to answer. But, Jad, before we get into it, I know you used to frequent the old apps. Did you ever experience fatigue?
I only used
Or
the Tinder. Oh,
Yeah.
and the Bumble.
Okay.
But not really. It was more just Tinder.
Okay, we're going to have to get to your points quickly. In this
Well, no,
episode.
because I wasn't on them for that long. Oh, and Raya. Yeah. So I think you get, I wouldn't say I got proper burnt out, but I definitely had periods where I would maybe be more into using them than others, but I don't think I was ever on them for long enough to experience the burnout.
Sure. And I also, I don't know, I reckon I would deem the burnout probably to be felt more by people who probably aren't as successful on the apps. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe
Sure.
you're more average Joe, perhaps less attractive than the standouts on the apps that get heaps of attention. It's like, I can imagine that those profiles would feel burnt out because they swipe and swipe and swipe. They try and try and try and they have little to no success. So,
Or just you've been on them for so long, you keep going on shit dates and you're just having bad luck. You're just not connecting.
yeah. So essentially my friend, he spoke to me about the empty feeling he had when he would get home from work and swipe for
Yeah.
a long time, and dry conversations, matching with people, swiping, dry conversations, just back and forth over and over. And then he said that things would go nowhere and he felt like he would come home from work and he would feel like getting on the apps would be like another job, he'd have to work for another hour, because essentially that's what it is, right? It's like
It's
you're going
supposed to
through a
be
resume,
fun, though.
Yeah, but I don't know if it is for people anymore, I
Really?
think it's turning into more. So today we're just going to have a chat about, I don't know, maybe a bit of the psychology behind the dating apps and what sort of tricks they have in place to keep you swiping and hanging around.
Yeah.
And then, we can maybe chat about how to use them in a better way. But, let's see. What I was saying is that I when he said he feels like he comes home and it's more work, I think that's how they're kind of set up if you think about it, right? It's a profile that you set up. It's like you're selling yourself with a resume, and then you essentially email someone. You would shoot out a message and hope for a positive response. But it's like sending out your resume to a job and hoping for a response from that job in terms of a match.
Sure.
So I can feel how that might seem like it was a job, especially if you're doing it over and over and over again with no success. People go for jobs and have no success, and that would be tedious. So imagine doing the same in the realm of dating.
Are you not just swiping though?
What do you mean?
It's not like you're presenting a whole new version of yourself every time.
Yeah,
You're
but
just swiping.
No, I'm saying, but aren't there apps where you look and you have a person's profile and then you have
The
all
bio,
about them and then
yeah.
you have pictures and they talk about
A
stuff.
little
So
voice note.
it's like going through
Yeah.
a resume of someone before, if you're not just mindlessly going right on everyone.
Sure. Well, you start with whether or not you're attracted to them, and then you go through their bio.
Yeah, sure. But what I'm saying is that I can see how that would become a
chore.
burnout and a fatiguing thing, right? Because it's I think I read it was called psychologists call it cognitive overload, right? Where you're on the apps and you have to make so many constant micro decisions. It's left or right, read a profile. Do you like the look of? Not. Do I send them a message? If I'm talking to someone, do I let them go? Do I let them know? Do I ghost them? It's because you're making so many micro decisions with so many different profiles at all times. It's a form of cognitive overload for you, So it is literally a psychological thing. It makes sense that people are sort of feeling this, So, and then don't even start me on how these apps are essentially created I don't know, slot machines. They're Pokies,
And also, none of them were, when I used to use them, you didn't have to pay for anything.
Oh, okay. I don't know how it all works.
Yeah, I don't even think there was an option.
You don't have to pay though. It's an option, right? Yeah. It's now you can.
You don't have to, but I think there's they really are limiting what you can do without paying.
Yeah, I think they limit you. What my friends have told me, they limit you to like X amount of positive swipes a day. So you're allowed like, I don't know, maybe 10 yeses a day. But then if you pay for a subscription of whatever it is, 10, 15, $20 a month, you have unlimited. Like, so obviously a smart model from them. But yeah, I think the way that it is set up like a pokey is that every single time you go right on someone, it's like a gamble, right? It's like, have they matched me as well, or like, am I not? So it's like, that's what constantly brings people back. It's like, even as daunting and as horrible as your experience might be, and you might be hating it, it's like that dopamine hit of like, yeah, they match me as well. It's like, that's what keeps reeling people back, you know? It's like, and it's understandable that the apps are made like that. The same as it's understandable a Pokies made like that. It's trying to take your money. It's a little business in itself, right? So it's like every experience is meant to reel you in, rope you in, make sure the lights, the noises, like even the swiping experience, you know, of like going down. It's like pulling a slot machine. You know, it's all built.
It's a business.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think that it's that dopamine hit of like finding a match and hoping, or it's like seeing a person you find really attractive and going like, oh, please, please, please. And then it's it's like flipping a coin. It's I can imagine how that would be addictive in a sense, and then also like really, really draining for people. But yeah, I mean, what sort of like stuck out to me the most when he mentioned that it felt like a job is that instead of like finding someone in the real world, or like bumping into someone, or meeting someone at the gym, cafe, whatever it is, where it's like, I don't know, I guess before all these things happened, like the old school way of meeting someone, it's like when you have to go through profiles and like evaluate, I don't, as you said, I think some are just photos and you swipe. I don't actually know. And then some you have like a profile.
They all have bios now, I think.
Sure, but aren't some like you have pictures and then like words attached to every one and then questions that you answer? So as in, if you wanted to actually get a feel for someone, you could read through their whole profile and it might take a few minutes, right? Like it's not just a 1 second kind of thing.
Not that long. Like it's just a short little bio, and then there's like a couple of questions that's like, what are they? I think they're questions that like they're the same 2 or 3 that everyone has to answer. Do you? Yeah, that would actually be really helpful. we've
Jad's been out of the apps a while. Yeah, but I can see how I would imagine that would create a form of like evaluation fatigue in people as well, right? Where you no longer see people as people. You see them as like data. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to like filter out. So instead of just seeing someone that you find attractive or that sparks your interest in some way, and you go, hey, let's have a chat, let's talk. Can I get your number? Let's get a coffee. It's like that's authentic and it's intimate. Whereas this is like, it's like filtering through like 100 people and like looking at data. It's like it takes like almost like the heart out of dating, you know? It's like it takes the people out of it, and it kind of just like turns people into data to optimize, you know?
What are our questions?
This is my profile.
Okay. All right. Hello. Okay.
All right, we've got a profile here from our lovely producer.
Are these the same prompts everyone gets?
I don't think
Do you
so.
know?
I think you can choose your prompts.
Or are they all different?
Hello, producer Xander here. Producer X, actually. So with Hinge, there's a little section you'll see, and it will have like age, like star sign. They're kind of all the usual ones you get.
Oh, yeah?
And then there's a whole list of prompts that you can
You've
switch
got your
in and
job
out.
here and everything.
Yeah, I know. I want to look impressive.
But I didn't know that was even an option now.
is,
You can put your... Wow.
Mate, you've been out of the game a while.
Do most people put their job, or do you find that they're not?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Interesting.
And then
It's
some,
just like an added point, right, of how you could get someone's attention.
because some people are serious about looking for a match, so they want to know what you do in life.
Yeah, right.
How often do you think people are honest and dishonest? Like you could say you're a pilot or something, and that might impress someone, get them on a date, and then you go, yeah, I was a pilot, even though you weren't, and then you tell them what you actually do.
Well, I can't lie, so...
But have you experienced the dishonesty?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, sure.
And so these prompts that you have on your profile, for example, like unusual skills, do you get to choose the prompts, or does everyone get the same prompts?
You can switch them in and out and choose them.
Okay. So
Yep.
there's, and
But
it's
you'll
like a
see similar
full-on
prompts on
bio.
everyone's profiles as well.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, is that you're going to have to, if you if you wanted to have a look at every profile properly, if you know that they can pick different questions, you're going to find out different
So
things.
elaborate now. Yeah.
Yeah, so as Jad
Thanks,
said,
X.
it's an elaborate thing, right? So it's all right. Sorry, I just Jad will go. We only got 3 minutes left.
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, I can imagine that going through like everyone's different questions,
Yes,
everyone's different
yeah.
answers, like that just becomes like
It would be
it's
tiring.
like data that you have to go through in your mind. It's like it just takes I don't know, like the
It is. It's like you're screening someone for a job.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like that
So,
because it's so much. Yeah. Whereas when I used to use them, it was literally you had your photo and like your age, and then you'd have, and even your age, I think maybe you could choose not to put there, and then you'd have a little blurb, and it was
dangerous.
just literally bio, and it was write something about yourself, and you'd have to. Without the prompts, it was kind of maybe easier to.
No, I think it was just solely an aesthetics thing. That people were just going, "Are you hot or not? Would I smooch you or not?" That was.
I didn't
what
even
the
get
apps
to
was.
bloody finish my point.
Sorry, that's just how
I was
think
going
the
to
apps
say
were.
without the prompts, the blurb had to be interesting, right? Whereas now it's like you've got prompts helping people come up with things that might be more interesting to share. So if you had a bio that was like, "I love my cat," and cooking occasionally, like you're not standing out.
Oh, if you were a fox, I would have still swiped on you.
Whereas it's helping people. I feel like the prompts would, I assume now, be helping people to make themselves look a bit more interesting.
Yeah,
so you're
sure.
again like enticing people to stay on and keep reading and keep.
Yeah, when it
using
might
the
not be how
apps.
you would normally speak or what
Yeah.
questions you would normally answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And then I can imagine that when you don't get the results you want, like the matches or the chemistry or the dates, that it's obviously going to take a hit to your self-esteem, right? Like when things aren't going your way, you're going to start questioning. Like my mate's literally spoken about like being on and going through his swipes for the day and not getting any matches, and that happening like day after day after day. And I can imagine that would be a huge hit, right, to your ego or
Maybe
to your
we need to
self-esteem.
spruce up his profile.
Sure, there's definitely options there, but like speaking seriously, like that would hit someone, right? Like if constantly you're going, oh well, no one's attracted to me, or no one wants to go on a date with me,
Yeah.
no one's interested in what I
Yeah.
have to say, no one, like maybe they start thinking like, oh, maybe my career's not valid, or like these people don't deem it to be enough, like all those negative thoughts I think would start coming in for people who aren't having success on the app. So those who are getting dates and people talking to them, I don't think they feel these things. I think it's more for people who are like unsuccessful
Yeah.
or it doesn't work for them, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, that would be upsetting.
But-
It's still a form of rejection,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, exactly. And I think that's when that's when I think, and men a lot take their, the biggest self-esteem hits from rejection from women, So it's understandable that if you're on these apps and you're having no success, then that would be, a huge,
Where
huge
are
kick in the
women
pants.
getting theirs from
Um,
other women? Actually, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, there you go. You got
True.
there. You got
I
there.
probably care more about the opinion of
Yeah, but then
other women.
what we were actually speaking about this before the episode, is that I feel like these days these apps are designed for like, engagement and to keep people on them, the same as anything. It's like what garners your
Yeah,
attention
because it's a
is what-
business
is
now.
what
They're making
pays,
money
right?
off it.
And so if you think about it, they don't really want you to
Want you to
succeed in
succeed.
finding love. They want you to read through hundreds of profiles and have a bit of fun and it be addictive and you come back. But if you
So
think
it's
about it,
designed for you to fail.
well, if you think about it, what you said at the start, perhaps that was like the idea they had. Like, yeah, let's create a place for people to find each other. And that's what you were speaking about at the start. And then they introduced like subscription models and stuff. And it's like, hey, we want you to find love, but
Don't you have to
not
pay
that much.
on one of the apps now? Don't you have to pay extra to access your
super likes or something.
or your positives, or like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you get to see a certain amount of who swiped yes,
Yeah, I think
and then you have to pay to access the rest. Is that true?
I'm not sure, but my friend's spoken about something like that where you're allowed to send like a super like or something.
That's
which obviously
that's a
means
different
lot on
element,
the
I
apps.
think.
But I think
You
that
get-
if you want to know who's super liked you, I do think
have
there's
to
some form
pay.
of payment, right? So it turns into this.
Even if you are being matched, unless you're paying, you
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. So it's like back in the day, yeah, maybe it was a bit more like, hey, let's try and find a way for people to find each other on the internet and open people's eyes up to people that are more than their geographic location, whatever it is, right? But if you're like putting people's success at finding love behind a paywall, it's like, well, suddenly, are you really that interested in them finding love, or are you interested in making money? And then
Well,
also,
I think
if you think
money.
about it, if they did find love, then they would stop paying the subscription. So
Yep.
then you wouldn't make any money, right?
Yeah.
And then if they got off the apps and they were successful, then obviously you would have less people, less users to sell ad space to or to get investment. You know, like it all makes sense that obviously they want as many people on there looking at all times, and obviously they don't care if you find love because what's it to them, you know? So it is a bit of like a catch-22, because I think people feel discouraged. It might kick them when they're down. It affects their self-esteem. I'm sure there's plenty of people on the apps that are super successful, but it's probably like a small minority of people that have a great time and it works really well for them. And then there's probably a plethora of people that really struggle and that it's shit for. But these apps they don't care, because and it's, I'm not saying they should, you know, like they are a business.
It's a business.
I understand that they just want people on there to make money, but
I mean, the casino doesn't care if you lose your money.
exactly. But it might be food for thought when you're using these apps for when you're discouraged and like having a bad time and you're not feeling
Yeah,
it.
remember the app's against you.
Well, the app's not created for like your own well-being and feeling nice. You know, it's that's not what it's created for. So when you are like feeling that, it's like maybe like approach the way you use it in a better way. And I was thinking about like how you might do that, and it's like maybe the same as we were speaking about in previous weeks, like social media for kids, like giving them like time limits, like screen time limits. So maybe have like dating app time limits, like you use it for 15 minutes a day and like make the matches that you have like meaningful and like really, I don't know, care.
What if you don't come across anyone that you want to?
That's fine.
make
That's
a
your
match
that's
with?
your 15 minutes for the day. And then it doesn't take over your life, you know, like because it's addictive, you know. It's like you could swipe
Yeah.
forever, and it's like if you think about it, it's like my love could be one swipe away. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen
Wow.
could be one swipe away. The
You've
woman of my
already
dream, man of my
found me.
dreams could be one swipe away. You know, like that's
I'm
what
here.
brings people back.
Yeah.
You are here. I'm so glad I didn't have to use an app to find you. But like I can understand how that would just rope people in, reel them in. But if you try and use the apps, I guess, in like, I don't know, a more meaningful way, perhaps. Like,
I think that's I don't know how realistic that is. I like the sentiment, but it's just, if you're looking for love, you're gonna keep looking.
yeah, but I think
You're
some people,
just gonna
I think
keep
some people use apps and stuff out of like habit, you know, instead
Why?
of like.
If you're having issues on the apps, get out. Sorry,
It's great advice. I'm a huge
get out.
advocate.
Get out of
for-
the house.
I'm a huge
Get off
advocate
your
for
phone.
trying to.
Go to a bloody bar. Go somewhere where you'd like to meet someone that you would get along with. Go to a bookstore. Go to a cafe. Go to a dog show. Do you like
Yeah.
dogs? Go look at a dog. Go to a dog show.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Go.
Go to a sex show.
Go
You
to
probably
a
find
sex
more
show.
fun people there
People
than the dog show.
People do be having fun there.
Yeah, amen, hallelujah,
So
girl.
I'm just saying, like, if you got out burnout, go get real life burnout instead.
Yeah, I think if you're opening the app out of like boredom, that's like your first step for like knowing you're not in the right place. Like if you're opening it and you're like really excited to like find someone and find a match, if you're doing it like out of boredom or you feel dread doing it or it doesn't make you feel good, it's like perhaps
Put
like,
it down.
and maybe not stop using it forever. Like, you know, maybe just put it down for a week, you know, and you go, okay, if I want to chat to
Yeah.
anyone or meet anyone, it's going to be, I'm going to challenge myself to go and do it in person for
Yeah,
a week. And
go
then if
to
it
the
doesn't
park.
work, then you open the apps again and maybe you
Touch some
look at it,
grass.
you get fresh mind and you have a little fresh start, you know, you try it like that. But
Yeah.
I think sometimes those little detoxes are needed. And my friend speaks about this as well. He goes like, sometimes I just get so over it. He goes, I'll just delete it for a month and not use it, you know, and then I'll come back
Yeah.
because I still want to find someone and I haven't found someone, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure it always reels you back. But
Go to get some chippies.
yeah, you got some great ideas. Chippies at a dog show even. That would be mad. Yeah, I mean, I haven't used them, so I don't have that much experience with like how to use them well or
I
or
use
get
them
off
well.
them, or you use them well.
Mm.
Good to know. We didn't meet on one, so
As in, like, I was good at swiping.
yeah, it sounds like a talent.
It
You
was.
wouldn't have had any troubles. I'm a hot young girl. Like, I'm sure people were lining up to chat to you.
Thanks, honey.
Well, it's true.
So much shit chat, though. I totally get it. The burnout's real. Some people just have, like, no banter. It's like, hi, how are you?
No, imagine that. But imagine
Yeah.
imagine the shitty small talk with like 50 people, 20 people, 10 people.
No,
it's like,
I'm not
that's
doing it.
torturous.
If
you
you
know?
haven't got me in the first 2 two little text bubbles that pop up, I'm out. See ya.
It's so tough, you know. Like that's
That's
such a tough game to play, you know. Like that's how I
No,
feel
be
for people
better.
dating, because it's like you might be a really good match if you met in person. You took it off the
Yeah,
app
yeah.
immediately, right? Like if
So
you were
go
just
in
like,
in the person. That is the solution.
I'm all
Go
for
to
that.
the in person.
I think that is like a really good.
It's free.
I think that's
also,
a really good thing. That I think what my mate does, he says he tries to take it off the app like
immediately.
because he goes, maybe I don't translate well over text or through an app,
Sure.
you know, but like
You
I'm real
didn't,
confident
that's for
in
sure.
person, you know,
Yeah.
and I'd love to
Terrible text
chat to you
stuff.
in person. Awesome. Well, we met in person, so that's fine.
Yeah, thank God. Because if we met on the line, let me tell you, it would not have continued.
Yeah, sack me off.
Terrible.
That would have been fine by
You
me.
text like a boomer, but older. What's older than a boomer? What's the other one?
I don't know, some different paradigm or something.
That was wrong podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know. Yeah, but I think just to remember,
Yeah.
like, these apps aren't evil, you know, like, they're not evil, but they are tools. They can be used for good. They can be used for bad. Like, I don't know, if they're not making you feel good and they're not, like, really lifting you up, boosting your confidence and, like, making you a better, stronger person
Have a
to
cheeky little
be
break.
someone that people are going to want to date, then get off them and look elsewhere, you know? So,
Or mix up your profile.
and remember that, I don't know,
Try something new.
it's a really weird thing when I always think about when it comes to apps is like people use it like a numbers game, right? Like they swipe and they try and get as many matches as possible, but that's not how, like, I don't know, love and meeting someone works. It's about like authenticity and connection, right? So you could have that with one person. You don't need to have it with 10 at a time and try and find the best one. It's like you try one and you put your effort and time into that, and if it doesn't work, then you try again, you know? But these
I don't
apps make it
necessarily
apps
agree.
make it possible to do with like heaps of people at the same time, and I don't know if that's ever gonna help you find the one, because you're always gonna have your attention.
It's dating though. That's
and
the
time
early
split,
stages
you know?
of dating. Look, we got to get to our Ask Mum and Dad.
Yeah, we do. Jad's worried I might ask some questions about her saying that she wants to date multiple people at a time.
What?
Then.
What are you talking about?
You just said that you don't agree. You think that people should date heaps of people at once.
No, in the early stages of dating, when you've gone on one date, I don't think you should be like it's not like you're exclusive.
I don't.
Why would you
I don't
cut off other potential
I don't
people?
disagree, but what I'm saying is that if you went on 10 first dates with people, it's like that in itself is gonna perhaps become like an addictive gambling thing, right? The same as swiping, going, maybe my new person is next. It's like, well, I went on a really good date, I really enjoyed it, but I also really enjoyed date number 4, which means that I might enjoy date
No.
number 8 even more.
No,
and then
you're
you
not
go,
going on 10 dates and liking 3 of them. You maybe will like half of one of them.
half of one. That's so you need 20 to like
Your
one.
hit rate is not that great. Otherwise, people would be falling in love left, right, and center.
Yeah,
You're not considering that.
but it's not about falling in love. It's just about like having a good time. And it's like if you go, oh, well, I had a good time with this person, but like, oh, it could have been maybe better, so I'm going to keep looking or keep trying other people instead of giving that one a chance. I don't know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that
I disagree.
I feel like maybe it inhibits people from like finding their person because
I don't.
they put their eggs in so many different baskets, you know? So
I think that's just playing the field. It's completely different.
each to their own. All right, guys, our Ask Mom and Dad to end the episode is as such. It says, so pretty much I went on a few dates with this guy. We only ever kissed, and after a few weeks, I decided it wasn't for me. I politely told him this, but instead of moving on, it seems to have inspired him to keep chasing harder. He always messages me asking how I am, how my day is. He's always asking, when can I take you out again, and liking my posts and stories on Instagram. I've told him since the initial chat that I'm still not interested, but it hasn't seemed to stop him from trying. He's harmless, but it's just getting annoying now. What do you think I should do?
Oh, God. Give it to him.
Give it to him?
Yeah.
Why don't you
Hey.
just go, Steve, this is it. I'm not
This-
responding anymore. And
Yeah, give
block
it to him. Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were
Listen,
gonna, like, go
look,
nuts at him.
I'm really sorry. Like, we had a nice time, but, like, I'm not interested. Well, I'm seeing someone else.
Yeah, I think that might spur him on even more. He might try and woo you.
Yeah, then you block him. Then you block the weirdo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gets to a point.
I think you just, like...
You don't have to outright block him, but I think you can be a bit harsher and a bit more direct.
Wait, why can't you block him? What's wrong with that? You've got someone that you said you literally
I'm saying you
want
don't have
contacting
to.
you.
The first step doesn't need to be block, but you can sit down. Like, you can send him a message that says, "Look, I'm really sorry. Like, if I'm not being clear here, but I'm not very interested in continuing this."
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
been
don't
nice.
need you to check
All
on me
good.
in my day,
Yeah.
and we're not going out again.
And
so
if he
please
keeps
stop
going,
asking.
then you block him.
Yeah, I think it's totally
You
fine
don't owe him anything.
to be strong and direct in this specific scenario. And
Absolutely.
just say, hey, like, I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, but I'm really not into this. I really don't want to go out with you again. It's not going to happen no matter how many times you ask.
And then
You're not my person.
block him.
This is not it. And then if he keeps doing it, then I guess you've
Yeah.
given him the chance
Sorry.
to walk away nicely. But then if you have to block him, block him.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Bye-bye.
Unless maybe, I don't know, could throw a spanner in the works if you invited him to your house or something.
Oh,
in one of the
Lachlan,
early
it's not
dates
even...
and-
No.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's
What do
not
you
an
mean?
option. He's out of the picture.
No, I'm saying
Well,
she
you're
said
going to
we're on
invite
a
him
few
over
dates.
and then confuse him.
No. I'm saying if you block him and that might, like, I don't know, trigger him or something, and he knows where you live and you think that he's already being inappropriate and stalkerish.
Call
by,
the
like,
police. That is a whole different scenario. If
Okay,
you've got a
call the
stalker
police.
on your hands, call the police.
Well, this sounds pretty stalkerish to me. If you've said, hey, I'm not interested, bugger off.
He
and they
just
keep-
sounds like he's not getting the hint. I think you need to tell him bugger off. If that doesn't work, block him.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, you've got a stalker. Call the police.
That's actually not a bad 3 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
That's 3 steps I agree with as well. Be direct and just get on with it. Yeah. Get on with it.
Just-
get on with it. Get
Sorry.
rid of him. No, I mean,
Sorry.
yeah, unless, yeah, whatever. Just follow Jad's advice on this one. It was pretty good. Guys,
Good luck.
always appreciate having you with us. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Always feel free to give your thoughts if you're feeling the burnout on the apps and you're not enjoying them. Let us know why, and we can have a chat about it. It means a lot that you always tune in. If you're enjoying the episodes, leave a review, and we love you, and we'll see you next
We'll
week.
See you soon.
Peace.
Bye.